caught in a bad romance. I'm gonna wipe the screen real quick. There we go. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe Omi Definity update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to the precious Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. The rules are I will get to your questions eventually, and you can leave a comment and I will get to them in the next 30 to 40 minutes, give or take. But if you don't have that long to wait, all you need to do is give me a super chat. The super chat just costs $2. You can leave it as little as $2, and then I'll get to your question right away, and then you can go on with your evening. My evening has been really interesting. I have, if you can't tell by the thumbnail, I'll give you the full picture. It is me watching the Warped Tour tribute band. Me and Jake the dog are rocking out with her hands out. The ticket to get in. My friend Lou was not there today. Lou Perugine has been on the podcast multiple times. He'll be on again at some point. He was not there tonight. He had another concert he had to do, but this was pretty fun. It was a bunch of emo songs. There's a bunch of songs that were made popular in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s. Sum 41. It was Blink 182. It was Simple Plan. Good Charlotte. Who sang Ocean Avenue? Trevor Band sung that. It's been a lot of fun times, and I would like to go in and try to push the music narrative. Now, we already have Blackpink, which is insane. We already have Ron English, which is great. He's pretty well known in the art scene, and he has a couple of things, or his Delusionville, his Rabbids, his Jukebox, which is great. Now, obviously, Blackpink is the most popular band in Korea, both North and South. North Korea doesn't really have any popular stuff, even though North Korea is now going to welcome in tourists for the first time since before the pandemic. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I would like to push some other stuff. I don't know how much I can say about this, but the conversation I had with Lindsay Sterling the other day, and her booking agent, she will likely be able to perform for the gold and silver logo holders in early 2026. Next year is going to be a little hard because the spring is stuff is already planned for, and the fall and winter is stuff that she already has a tour that's booked for that's not yet announced. Take with that what you will. So early 2026 is probably going to be the best time for that. And I started thinking, well, why stop there? Why can't we do more music? If I have the connections. I mean, VeVe's already busy. They're so busy with so many other things. And again, Lindsay Sterling coming on the app is not a guarantee. That's just something that I had brought up, and maybe that happens one day. I don't know. They are busy with a crazy bunch of other things. You guys will see that over the next couple months. So I'll get real with you today. Again, ask me anything. This is just the Warped Tour tribute band. Are we going to have stuff from actual bands from the Warped Tour? I don't know. We'll see. We'll have a couple of things to do today, though. Let's go over Definity, though, before we get to Omi, before we get to VeVe. Definity is down about 0.2% on the day. They've not a ton of volume today. It's only 22,000, almost 23,000. If you go and you take a look at how you feel about Definity today, it is 100% on the positive. The only places you can get it are Mexi, Uniswap, and PancakeSwap. And right now, most of the volume is from Mexi, then it's PancakeSwap, and then it's Uniswap. The prices range from 4.9 cents to 5.1 cents. So it is about 5 cents, give or take. So it's, again, 5.06, pretty much 5 cents. If you want to round it up, it's 5.1. Doesn't really matter. They do have an announcement. I'll go over their, excuse my language, sorry. I will go over their most recent announcement on their Telegram. Their Telegram states, this is not, oh, no, can't say that. I'll go over what their Telegram states about what's going down next week and what's going to be announced. Now, this is something that I had in my series that I've only had one video for. I made about a 15-minute video about Definity, And it just states that it's one of the tokens that I think could potentially do a 1000x. Whereas if you put $10,000 in, it's possible that if you put it in now and happen to get all of it at these prices, that it could potentially go up to $10 million if you cash out at the 1000x. Now the chances of it going 1000x, relatively small. It's about that would be what, like a $9 billion market cap. That's a lot. Now it could go higher. It could not. That's not where I think it should be valued. It probably should be valued at $1 billion or a couple $1 billion. So 9 billion is multiple times that. It's like, well, Chavez, why do you think that that's possible? Because crypto is an inaccurate weighing machine. And right now it's weighed as severely undervalued. And in the future, it's not going to go where it should be valued at, where I think is 1 to 3 billion. It's likely going to go where it should not be valued at 9+ billion, give or take. It's possible it goes multiples beyond that, but I'm trying to keep things conservative here. Now, that $1 billion mark is going to be something that is going to be a very, very psychological barrier that people are going to say, like, oh, $1 billion is too much. They're likely going to sell a bunch at 800, 900 million, might even sell beforehand. I mean, if people get in now, when the fully diluted market cap is worth about $9 million, yeah, selling at 100 million, selling at 500 million is likely something that people are going to do. But they do have an announcement next week. I don't know what the announcement is. A lot of people are hoping for the Jersey license announcement. I think they would kind of tell us that it would be something like that. They haven't said. There's many things that they're working on. There's many things that they're doing. Other licensors that they're talking to, other people that they are having deals with. I don't know if they've confirmed those deals yet, or they're even confirmed even within the team itself. I'm not expecting the Jersey license. It'd be great if they had that. They have been working on that for months. That's going to allow them to be AMLD5 compliant, which makes big institutions want to do business with them because they are compliant with everything across the board, the anti-terrorism unit, the anti-money laundering units. They're going to go in and give Definity markets the DMA link, the AOK. But enough about Definity. You can ask me questions about that if you want. I'm here to talk mostly about OMI. So let's take a look at what that's doing today. OMI is down about 0.1% to 0.0041, 418, so close to 42. Not a ton of volume. Well, it's not 436,000 in volume. Normally, this is like 250,000 in volume, which is very, very low. There's a lot of people that want these big exchanges. They want Coinbase and want Binance, even though Binance US has like a very low amount of volume. Coinbase is something that could potentially raise it because it's easier to access. I have talked a couple dozen people through, like, hey, here's what you do. You download Coinbase. Now you download Coinbase Wallet. You take your money, you buy some Ethereum on Coinbase. You transfer it over to Coinbase Wallet. You switch it over to the Base network. Talking to boomers in their 50s and 60s, talking them through how to get Coinbase Wallet, get Ethereum, transfer it to Coinbase Wallet, and going on the Base network to then buy OMI is one of the most frustrating things I've ever done. But I've done that multiple times because a lot of these people are my friends, and they are people that I want to have a good future. So I talk them through it, and they do it. And Jesus, if they can do that, or if I can walk them through that, there's no reason why people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s won't be able to eventually buy OMI on Coinbase. That's gonna be one of the easiest things. They won't need me for that. They technically don't need me for buying stuff on Coinbase. Sending to Coinbase Wallet. That's something I think you can find over on YouTube. But what they go and they do is they get used to things that are hard, and then when it gets easier, and I'm not saying we get on Coinbase right away, because what Coinbase would want, they would probably want 1 million plus in volume a day, and we do not have that. Right now, we're kind of close to 500,000, 436,000, but that's That's like the outlier. That is the exception. That's not the rule. Most times we have $250,000, $300,000 in volume. That's not a ton. Now, obviously, this is just because the narrative is not here. Digital collectibles are not cool yet. They will be though at some point. Um, when are they going to be cool? I don't know. And it's like I've heard multiple people, and a lot of these people are fairly intelligent. They're just fairly new to crypto. They say like, well, there's no guarantee that digital collectibles they run again. There's no guarantee that that narrative hits. Fair point. There's no guarantee that this C4 energy drink doesn't give me a heart attack. There's no guarantee that I wake up tomorrow. There's no guarantee that Dashi doesn't come alive and just, rip my throat out in my sleep. So, I get that. Everything has a greater than 0% chance to happen. But just because I know human psychology, I studied that for years in my teens and 20s. What I always tell people about corporations and when looking at what corporations are going to do and why to invest, I say, well, you should expect corporations to do what's best for them. And they're going to like Disney right now. VeVe might be hot at me. They might be mad at me for bringing this up. But Disney, let me go through something. Years ago, there was a preschool or a kindergarten, whatever. They wanted to show like The Lion King. They wanted to show a Disney movie, and Disney sued them. They're like, no, you can't do that. That's RIP. You can't be doing that for free. I don't know what the result of that was, but Disney sending a cease and desist letter to a freaking preschool is savage. And Disney right now, they want an NYU doctor allergy death suit tossed because of the widower's Disney Plus subscription. Disney's trying to get a wrongful death lawsuit filed by a New York University doctor's grieving husband tossed because he signed up for Disney streaming service years earlier. Now, this is something that I think Disney, like they're worth hundreds of billions of dollars. They just pay him to go away. But they're trying to set a precedent saying like, oh no, if you sign for Disney Plus, you cannot sue us. That is absolutely savage. That is something that there's a scene in Billions where John Malkovich is talking to the character named Bobby Axelrod, and he says, "You have a rat problem, and I would take care of the rat problem for you, but she is your property, and I don't want to exterminate a property of yours without consulting you first." And Bobby Axelrod goes on and says, "Yeah, I see that. I'll handle it." And John Malkovich goes in his John Malkovich voice, in his John Malkovich syndrome, where every single word is a sentence. He goes and he says, "You will not take care of your problem. How do I go and give somebody money that won't kill for it?" Disney is being very savage, and they are going and they are protecting that investment. They're a rabid pit bull, they're a rabid wolf, they're a rabid wolverine, and they're going and protecting their investment. So that makes me want to do business with them. That makes me want to invest with them because they're doing what needs to be done as far as being a savage. Todd McFarlane has that. David Yu has that. Dan Crothers has that. Some people, as far as PR is concerned, they're like, oh, no, you can't do that. But savage investors know savage CEOs, they know savage companies, and that's a good, again, for me, that's a positive. Anyway, where was I going with this? I forget where I was going with this beforehand. Apologies. I've had quite a bit to drink tonight. Anyway, what is the... Oh, God. Oh, Lordy. All right, let's go and talk about some other stuff because I forgot what I was talking about. What's today? Today is Thursday. We'll go over a couple of things. Oh, yeah, talking about Omi. Here's Definity stuff. VeVe Digital Collectibles says, thank you for sharing your Disney collectibles and say a big congrats to our 3 random winners of a random VV digital collectible from our D23 celebration post. Crypto Joe XX, Clear 29, and Claire Carg for CARG. Stay tuned for even more chances to win and more announcements. In other news, in case you didn't see over on X, I'll give you a show for that. You have me going and posting. Where is it? 3 months after this original post, and the original post is me uniting the 41 logos that cost me 5 figures, blue bloody fortune, ton of patience. I say 3 months after this original post, VeVe decided to drop a version 2 of the logo. After waiting almost a year for it to be minted, it was finally done yesterday. Shout out to Jay Green VeVe for the deal. Here's to my completed number 41 logo set. Paid $1,000 for it, but that is the 41 logo. That is a complete set. It would be about $100,000 for anyone if that wanted to buy it. Not that particular one, but all of the number 41s in general. So that was really cool. Turtle Golf says, what additional community-driven burns should we do next? Because Video Shane says, enjoying their time at Disney thanks to Superstar Money and the Golden Dragon Club, Mike Cat, Turtle Golf, David Yu, Walt Disney World, utility is the future of digital collecting. For anyone that has a Golden Dragon and lists it for $88,000, not only do you get OMI every single month, just sent to your VeVe account, but you also are entered in a bunch of giveaways. Now, this giveaway was a 7-night stay in Disney World worth like $7,000. They burned a bunch of OMI with this. We need to go as a community and just go in and say, fine, I'll do it myself. Talking about Thanos and talking about community burn. Now, granted, OMI to NFT is doing exceedingly well. They've been posting out invites to OMI to NFT for like every day almost. So that's going swimmingly. That's going very, very quick. And we'll likely see more, for the end of the week or next week. I think everybody has access to that by the end of September, if not sooner. That's how quick it's going. That's when the burns get on there. And again, if I'm Coinbase, I want not only volume, I want to make sure that it's an actual utility token, not just something that says, oh, hey, you know what, we have, you can hold it in your VeVe app and you can get bronze tickets for it, you get MCP points for it. But for actual utility like this, I think that's what some of the big exchanges are looking for. And if you have that, I think that's a really good chance for us to get on a major exchange, a US exchange, in the next 6 months. As long as they come out and they are able to roll it out fully by the end of September, which I think they can. They might not be able to, but I'll keep you posted on that. Moving on. Yeah. That's about that. Shout out to VeVe Top Gems for reaching MCP level 100. He did it on August 6th. This dude has for 5 million points, 1,700 collectibles. Let's give you guys the full picture here. 1,700 collectibles and 7,300 comics. That is, comment down below for the Dragon Ball Z reference. Over 9,000. Shout out to him. That is just absolutely bananas. I asked Lori Brenner yesterday. So I'm like, hey, Lori, you're a higher level than me. Right now, you can get a Secret Rare Spider-Man for $3,000, or you can get a Spider-Man Noir for like $2,300. What would you pick? Especially if they kind of manage, if the Spider-Man Noir, which was up to $3,000 the other day, if that goes up back to 2,700, the Secret Rare Spider-Man goes down to 2,700. What do you pick? I mean, you have the first appearance Peter Parker, but then you have the first appearance Spider-Man Noir. The Peter Parker first appearance has 1,000 mints, but that's just the Secret Rare. The Ultra Rare has 2,500. The common, uncommon, and rare have tens of thousands in between them, which are all technically first appearances. It's like, okay, if you can't afford the Secret Rare, which is thousands of dollars, you could probably afford the Ultra Rare, which is several $100s. And the common, uncommon, and rare are maybe a couple dozen dollars. But the Spider-Man Noir, there's only 88 of them. What do people go for? Well, I don't know. Scarcity so far has ruled on VeVe. But what happens when you have not 14,000 people active wallets every month? What happens when you add a zero to that and there's 140,000 people? What are people going to want? Well, the new people, they're probably not going to collect every single Marvel Mighty. That's really mostly for the OGs. I have most of them, but not all. People are probably going to want the first appearance of Peter Parker Spider-Man, especially one that's animated, especially one that has sound, especially one that you can take an A, like it's bananas. So Laurie Brenner had said the secret rare. I think Crypto Rain, he said he just wanted to buy more crypto. If he had to choose, gun to his head, he would pick the secret rare as opposed to Spider-Man Noir. Now, moving on. I did ask. All right, let's talk about VeVe's Folly here. VeVe had posted before, and I'll talk about it right now. They have a partnership with the United States Postal Service, which is pretty freaking great. That's one of the reasons why I think VeVe is going to succeed, because they have insane partnerships, and those licensors know where their bread is buttered. But they posted before, explore the wonders of our solar system with the views of our planet's digital collectibles from the United States Postal Service, featuring stunning digital stamp art of the 8 planets. These digital collectibles showcase the beauty and mystery of space. The United States Postal Service views our planets drops on Wednesday, 21 August at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, wait, Chavez. I learned when I was in school that there were 9 planets. Why are there only 8 now? Because for some freaking reason, people decided that Pluto was not a planet anymore. There's been a lot of political strife over this. There's been a lot of social media strife over it. I think Pluto should be a planet. VeVe had a chance to correct the injustice that NASA made, saying that Pluto was not a planet. A travesty of justice was committed against Pluto. 9th planet in our solar system. The evil US government took a once thriving system and turned it into a wasteland of near extinction. I think it was Obama that put that in, that said Pluto was not a planet. It was under his administration. However, there's been a couple of people of the Pluto army that were successful in fighting back against this corrupt system. I will always comment down below, hashtag Pluto forever, hashtag Pluto is a planet. Yeah, Omar said Pluto is. Let's have him go. VeVe had a good chance to correct that travesty of injustice, or travesty of justice, but they did not. So VeVe, you need to do better. Make sure we get a Pluto planet stamp or a Pluto something, because it will remain forever in our hearts as the Lord's and America's favorite planet. Anywho, VeVe Music. All right, so I told you about that a little bit already. David Teases. I guess I'll go over that in a minute. Ecomi had posted, it is that time again. Check your inboxes as the 3rd round of OMI to NFT beta invitation have just been sent out and testing is in full swing. We will continue to send out invites on a regular basis. So if you haven't received access yet, stay tuned. $OMI. VeVe Digital Collectibles post, which same day as print comics will you be adding to your collection this week? Let us know and enter the giveaway. VeVe Magic says, remembering Silicon Secure. It has been exactly 1 year to the minute, 2 days ago, since the passing of her brother, friend, and mentor after a courageous battle with cancer. I felt his strength with me last weekend. Legends never die. Hashtag Silicon strong forever. Love him. Comics and Crypto says an ungraded copy of Detective Comics number 29, first appearance of Batman, was found and purchased at a garage sale. It was then sent to CGC Comics for a grading and came back as a CGC 0.5 blue label. There are currently only 36 graded blue labels in CGC Comics census. It's not publicly known how much the comic was sold for. However, according to GPA analysis, a CGC 0.5 graded coverless copy sold in 2022 for $78,000. It's safe to presume, being sold at a garage sale, this copy was purchased for only a fraction of that current value, making this one of the greatest finds of 2024. We can't wait to see this comic drop on Candy Digital. Now, for me, I've been under the impression that Candy Digital is bleeding money and they're not able to continue that much longer. Now, maybe if they go and drop grail after grail after grail, they go in and purchase and they get as much money as they can, shining the knobs on the Titanic before they actually sink. But because they have not done that yet, I think that is because either of one or two reasons. Either they do have a bunch of money that they raised that they can perform like this for the next year or two, or they're in negotiations with somebody else that says, hey, if you do not drop these comics, we will go and we will buy you out and we will save you from certain death. Now, which one of those are true? No, but we'll have to wait and see. Comment down below your theories on that. Hang on 1 sec. No, can't do that. Can't do that. We have purple label of death. Just told him we'd be okay. Please give a round of applause for this week's weekly sweepstakes winners from the VeVe official Discord. Be sure to join our Discord for giveaways, live drop shows, community engagement, and so much more. That is, the winners are Turfer33, Falcon619, and Ricky Franco. Shout out to them. Compson Crypto says, our recent purchase, love the 3-digit comic grails on VeVe official. They had been to get a Hulk #1, number 913. That's just one of the things that they've been buying. And again, their name is Comics and Crypto. That's what they know of. Good job, decent PC. Okay, no, love you. Nope, can't get over that. David Yu had posted yesterday, Disney D23 was a success. Thank you to everyone who stopped by to say hi. We're excited for the next VeVe live activation. Hashtag VeVe, hashtag VeVe fam, hashtag VeVe collectibles, hashtag VeVe collection, hashtag D23. Now, what is a VeVe live activation? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't asked him about it yet, but maybe we can spam. We shouldn't spam him. Maybe the next time he posts or shares something, tag him, be like, hey, what is this? What does VeVe live activation mean? And then we can go and maybe get our answer. Or you can come back on the podcast. He's been very busy the last few months. But if you can come back on the podcast, that's probably something that I would ask. Comment down below any questions you'd like for me to ask David Yu the next time he comes on. It might be soon. Moving on here. We have a digital asset investment product saw inflows totaling 176 million as investors saw recent price weakness as a buying opportunity. Bitcoin began the week with outflows but saw significant inflows in the final days, bringing total weekly inflows to 13 million. Ethereum has benefited from the recent market correction, attracting 155 million in inflows last week. Now, Marathon Digital intends to offer $250 million in convertible notes to buy more Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs reports 418 million in spot Bitcoin ETF holdings as of June 30th. Oh, Red Lobster. Can't go over this. We have Wayne or Bruce Clark Kent saying, welcome home, Walt #9. Spending about $1,200 for this. Let me go and make sure that that is available for y'all. $1,200 on his ninth Walt, his ninth partner statue. Can't go over that. Buyback some burns. Shout out to Wen Lopez, because she got a message the other day saying, I'm delighted to inform you that you've been selected to be a featured speaker for the next cohort of Women of Web3, hashtag WW3, at the United Nations 79th Science Summit. So we have a VeVe fam member that has been invited to speak at the United Nations. Shout out to Wen Lopez. I love her so much. She's one of my best friends. We talk all the time. I wish her the best of luck. And maybe she might make an appearance on here in the future. I think she owes me that. Like I said, I'll make sure she gets on. We also have the Trump organization that says they're launching a cryptocurrency initiative. Eric Trump, which is Donald Trump's son, says related to the digital real estate. Can't wait to see what that is. Now, something else that's going on in the macro, Marion Nawfal had reported on it. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought Ulta and Heiko as they slashed the Apple stake. Now, they've had billions and billions of dollars in Apple. But Warren Buffett every year has like a keynote. He has a like 7 or 8 hour keynote where he talks about different companies. Now you wind the clocks back 4 years ago, and Warren Buffett was talking about Apple. He mentioned them, I don't know, like a dozen times or dozens of times. But over the last couple of years, his mention of the Apple company has gone from here all the way down here. It's known as the Buffett Index, and how much a company is talked about is there's a causality between how much Buffett talks about a company and how much he invests in them. Now, again, years ago he talked about them a lot. Now he's talked about them a significant amount less. So anyone that's been paying attention to that Buffett index would know that most likely he was going to sell the Apple stock, which he has done over the last couple of weeks. But what has he done in place of that? Well, the conglomerate acquired new stakes in Ulta Beauty, about 690,000 shares, which totals about $266 million. And then Heiko, he bought about 1.04 million shares, which is about $185 million, while drastically reducing its Apple holdings by about 390 million shares, nearly halving its position. Berkshire also exited positions in Snowflake and Paramount Global, while increasing stakes in Chubb and SiriusXM. Now, SiriusXM, I think, is mostly known for Howard Stern and the Stern heads. Baba Booey! Gotta love him. Snowflake, I'm not sure who they are, but Paramount Global is obviously the app where you can watch Scorpion, you can watch all of the Nickelodeon stuff, and a couple of other things as well. I think Sylvester Stallone has King of Tulsa or Tulsa King, whatever that's called. So really interesting to see how that plays out. Moving on here. Oh, I have a lot of. Anyway, the company reduced its holding in Capital One, Floor & Decor, Louisiana Pacific, and T-Mobile. Now, overall, Berkshire had sold 77.2 billion in stocks, while purchasing only 1.6 billion, increasing its cash reserves to $276.9 billion. These moves signal a cautious approach in the current market environment, with Buffett's company showing a preference for liquidity and selective investments. Now, the source was Reuters, which is Berkshire Hathaway's 13F filing. Now, Warren Buffett had made several mistakes over the last several years. He had never invested in Tesla. He had never invested in Bitcoin. He made his money, again, some would consider him a dinosaur right now, but over the course of history, he was one of the most impressive investors in the history of the world. That's how he's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe even $1 trillion after everything's all said and done. Now, granted, a decent part of that is Bill Gates kind of propping up the Berkshire Hathaway stock, but we'll go over that in another video. Moving on now. Nope. Morgan Stanley reveals $187 million position in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF, and they nearly sold out of the grayscale Bitcoin in Q2. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll keep you posted on it. Get to know you. So in the Marvel Entertainment video that they posted 4 days ago, saying we walked the floor at Disney's D23 and found all things Marvel, and David had posted I see VeVe. So there's a bunch of VeVe in that video, which I thought was really cool. No, I don't think I will. Okay, we have this. India has completed its first crude oil transaction using local currencies, bypassing the US dollar as part of a bilateral effort with the UAE to reduce dollar conversion costs and promote trade in native currencies. I thought, okay, well, why would they do that? Well, they're part of the BRICS nations. You have Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. A lot of them in general over the last 10 years have tried to go and do deals that had no inclusion of the US dollar, the Russian ruble, the Chinese yen, and other sources as well. But it's been recent that they have gone on and said this transaction is integrated with the XRP ledger system, the crypto trading fund or CTF, enabling customers to earn CTF tokens as cashback. What does that mean for Ripple? I mean, it's already like the number 7 crypto. Well, Chavez, should I invest in that or not? It's probably pretty safe. And most likely in a year, you'll have more money in a year than you do now if you were to invest in XRP. But that's not one of my picks. Some of my major picks are Flow, Omi, Definity, and a few others that I'm not yet ready to announce. First two's Essence, but I don't have a ton of that yet, so I don't want to go and try to put the price, at least not before I go in and get it. But that's something that I do want to get a bit of as well. In other news, you have Ford's partner Electrify America ranked dead last in 2024 EV charging survey. Year after year, the Tesla Supercharger network continues to rank as a far superior option versus the other third-party networks in various studies. This is why I loved Tesla back in the day, one of the most innovative and disruptive companies in the world, similar to what VeVe's doing. More on that later. Then you have, who is this? This is Omi Charlie, that had purchased a sub 100 Todd McFarlane Batman for $1,971. Number 72 is one of the cheapest sub 100 Todd Batmans that you could ever get. So shout out to them for that. Freakish, no, can't go over that. I've gone about 36 minutes on this already. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I'll be willing to go over. Anyway, before I go in and do more stuff, let me go and ask you guys something before I answer your guys' questions. Oh shoot, that's not it. I'm gonna go and ask you for a favor. If you guys can go in and smash that like button, that's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. My friend bought 4.6 million only for $2,000. Now got 8.5 million only today, almost 11 million this week. Definitely a good place to buy. This price feels stealing from stupid people. I mean, sellers. 100%. Can't wait to get more soon. I will be able to go in and get a bit more OMI in the next couple weeks. Then a Definity buy, which is great. That's cool. Anyway, let's get to the comments. Bill Gardner says, let's go. Let's get this read. The VV Zombie says, yo, what up, zombie? Zombie, zombie, hey, hey, hey. The Cranberries are a great band. Connor says, hi. Hello, fam. What Mammoth says, yo, fam. Oh, what's going on, What Mammoth? I dig your watch. I dig your profile picture. Stephen Duarte says, hello, Randy, good sir. Well, hello, friend. Hope you're doing well. Ryan Lamping, it's been a while. Says, yo, dude, you look so jacked, man. You look so good. What do you eat to get that good looking? Connor, give me those dabs. News Now Marwan says, watching live from Space Mountain while in line with my kid. Let's freaking go. I can't wait to go in and chill with everyone, whether it's in Disneyland, Disney World, Harry Potter World, and much, much more. Sleepin', says Randy, sleepin' my bay. I can't wait to hang out with you again. I'll see you at New York Comic Con. I'll be there for at least a couple of days, but maybe more. We'll see. Chuck and Hank, give me that. Love you, buddy. VV Wheel says, what's up, Randy G? Give me the smiley face, the heart, prayer hands. Preach, girl. Jeremy House says, yo, Randy, good to see you. If you could interview David or Dan tomorrow, what question would you most want to ask them? Well, knowing that they can't say too much, I would say, you don't have to tell me any specifics on anything, obviously, but what's one subject that you wish you could talk about the most, but can't? You obviously don't have to be specific on the details. Is it something OMI related? Is it in the VeVe'verse? Is it acquisition? Is it cap raise? Is it hire? Is it what is something that you wish you could talk about? And again, in a general broad spectrum area of it, but not giving specifics. What would they say? I don't know. Because if you look, it's probably not going to be VV hires. Because if you look at their page, I'll show you right now. If I make it through today, will tomorrow be the same? Where I am running in play. VV job listing. There's nothing. There's nothing going on. Well, what are they doing? Have they stopped hiring? Have they hired all that they need to hire? Who's the best hire that they've had? Who's the worst? Who have they let go? What are the ramifications of messing up, screwing up? Like I need to know the consequences of their most recent hires? Do they add value? Are they a net positive? And if they're a net negative, how do you let them go? Do you have them sign something before they go so that they have a non-compete clause, they have non-whatever? I'm really, really curious on how they run things internally. I think that they have a HR, which any company that I'm invested in, I try to make sure that they do not have an HR, that they just have a third party lawyer that they can go to. Like, I just, HR is usually very bad for companies. You usually don't want them. They're usually a waste of money. They usually are just lapdogs. It's not something that you want in a company. So that's something I would ask them about. Like, how would you plan to get rid of HR? If you don't get rid of HR, like, why? And then something along the lines of, what's your next hire going to be? Like, what happens? I imagine that a lot of people that work for them have homes. What happened? Like, let's say if they just have 10 million. Let's say if they have a small amount, 10 million, 4,200 dollars worth. Well, what happens next year or in the next 12 to 15, when that $4,200 becomes $420,000? I mean, a lot of those people are probably going to quit. A lot of those people are probably going to be like, "Hey, listen, I bought a house. I have residual revenue now." Or some people that are just, they cash out and be like, "Okay, cool. My bills are 5 grand a month, and I can live forever now." What's going to be? I don't know. These are some of the things that I would ask. I would ask, "Hey, in the new licenses that you have not yet announced, what category are they in? Are they in sports? Are they in manga? Are they in music? Are they anime? Are they TV? Are they American? Are they, what nationality are they from?" It'd be something like that, something where they can give me a little something without giving me the whole pot. But again, those are just off the top of my head. One of the other things I would ask David Yu is, he's mentioned that they have a charity arm, meaning that I've talked to him before about venture philanthropy and what that might be able to look like in the next couple of years. We haven't talked about that in a while. So maybe that's one of the things that I would ask them as well. Well, it says Epico token down 60% in 2 months. Ooh. Hopefully Jordan still wasn't holding $25,000 worth of Epico. I wish Jordan the best of luck. I hope he comes out of the bear market, and I hope he comes out the next 2 years ahead. And I hope he picks strong projects and not just meme coins. And I hope he can join us again on the Omi stage. We'll see. Jeremy Housen says, next VV music drop should be Randy's 30 seconds of a song. Thanks, sorry. Oh God, what would be like? The voice inside my head, don't waste your time on me, I'm already the voice inside my head. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I'd do anything just to hold you in my arms. Again, when I saw the Warped Tour tribute band tonight, God, I felt like a teenager again. I felt like I was 16 years old. Like, if I make it through today, will tomorrow be the same? Or am I running in place? Oh, God, I felt so young. I felt so good. I mean, I also had a bit to drink, so that helped. But maybe one day we can do something like that. But it says Omi needs more than $7 worth of burns a day. They'll get something like that. They will. When, I don't know. It could be months or even a year from now, but they will get something like that. But it says digital collectibles will pump at some point. Source, trust me, bro. Okay, I guess that's what I was talking about. You have all of these. Again, what I was saying before, corporations will do what's good for corporations. It's the same with rich people. Rich people they'll be market makers. They will do stuff to make sure that their investments run. And what is one of the best ways to make money? What is the best ways to money launder? It's digital collectibles. You're going to have legitimate purchases of the first ever Batman, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Iron Man. You're gonna have legitimate purchases of those, and then you're gonna have people that are gonna have illegitimate purchases because they want to go in and they want to money launder, they want to do whatever. there's going to be so much freaking volume. And again, if people can make, like, what is Rule 34? Rule 34 means if it exists, there's a porn of it. This should be like Rule 69 or Rule whatever it will be. Like, if you can make money with it, it will run. I repeat, if you can make money with it, it will run. And that's going to, that's why meme coins have pumped. There's like 10,000 meme coins that are generated each month, and most of them are trash. Most of them fail. Most of them go down to nothing. Why? Because there's a chance that like 1 out of every 1,000 goes crazy and it goes to the moon and it becomes, a top coin. Because if it can run, people will try to make money off it. Now you have meme coins which have no utility, they have no IP, no anything. But then you have first Superman on the blockchain, which looks amazing. For Spider-Man, you have a Todd McFarlane Batman. You have you have multiple Wonder Woman. You have Harley Quinn. You have Joker. You have Lamborghini. You have Aston Martin. You have Ghostbusters. You have all of these amazing IP. What's going to happen to people that just want to collect? They're just going to want to collect, and they're just going to go in and they're gonna buy it. And then you have people that are like, you know what, I can make money on this. They won't care. Like, I can't tell you how many people I had advised in my Pokemon day, people that only collected World War II memorabilia, people that only collected gold and silver, people that only collected baseball cards, that came into Pokemon and said, it's too new. I don't like it. I don't care about it, but I want the top of the top. What should I buy? You should buy a Super Secret Battle promo. You should buy a Trophy Kangaskhan. You should buy a Trophy Pikachu's. You should buy, not Wind Waker. You should buy a Tropical Wind. You should buy a bunch of these trophy cards. Like, you should buy first edition Charizard, first edition Blastoise, Venusaur, the big three starters. Buy all of these things. And they would buy the top of the top and then they'd leave. The same exact thing will happen to VeVe Digital Collectibles. Why? Because I have seen this before. I've seen this episode. It's going to happen. I was talking with a lady friend yesterday about it, technically this morning. Hey, do you think that you might be a little biased about this? Okay, yeah, I am a little biased because I know the CEO, I know the COO, I know a lot of the team. I know what's going to happen. So yes, I am biased, but for a very good reason. Um, if NFTs and digital collectibles do not pump at some point before the next bear market, I'll eat my hat. I will eat my sleep in digital collectibles hat. Click that. Save that quote. As Wes, what's your argument for them not pumping? Wes says, can't be savage yet. Time. Good evening, Omar. Wes says, if somebody has that bad of food allergies where they die from an ingredient that they should never eat out at a restaurant, you spitting, bro. Maybe. Like, it says, do you need to list it for 88K to receive? Yes, you need to go in and message Squid Cat or My Cat, list it for 88,000, and then go from there. Yes, that is what you need to do. It says, Randy, Definity on Coinbase just rolls off the tongue. Just wait till banks start FOMOing. It's going to be beautiful. Listen, Definity's on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and MEXC. That's it. I don't expect them to get on Coinbase right away. I expect Omi to get on Coinbase before Definity. But, we'll see. When that money train starts pumping, we'll see what happens. Hang Up Me says, what do you think is going on with the VeVe'verse invites? Dude. I mentioned this yesterday on the Omi is My Homie channel. You had GTA 5, which came out in like 14 years ago, give or take. I think like 2010. And GTA 6 has been in production for like 13 years now. And it's like, okay, well, what's happening with it? Well, it'll supposedly come out in fall of next year. People have been waiting over a decade for that game. People can't wait half a decade for VeVe'verse. Well, not. Same thing with Disney and Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in like 05. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in like 2019. Again, 14 years. If people want, people will wait because they have to. Like where else? There's not going to be any other Kingdom Hearts 3 anywhere else. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with the Universe beta invite. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't follow it. I don't work for VeVe. Oh God, this is gonna. I need to put some new skin on that. As Noir will smoke Spider-Man Secret Rare. I'm gonna have to go in and take a picture of that because I don't know if that's true, but we shall see. My man's at 300 million Omi right now. That is amazing. Make it. I don't know why Good Charlotte is stuck. I know why Good Charlotte's stuck in my head because they had sung it at the music festival I was at. This is Randy. What's the current Omi total? 190 million. What objectively worries you in the present day about this token and the company's progress with the token? What worries me about the token is stuff that most people would not worry about: alien invasion, World War III, a kidnapping of David, the death of David. Not good, that won't happen. Solar flare, Black Swan event. Those are the things that objectively worry me. Do they keep me up at night? No. But that's it. You know, the VeVe digital collectibles narrative not hitting does not worry me because of what I said before. I know what's going to happen. If you can make money with it, people will pump it, and they're going to pump VeVe digital collectibles. It doesn't take that much to pump it. Company's progress with the token. I mean, they have made great strides with the token, and that will pay dividends at some point. We don't know when. Could it happen in 4 years from now and not the next, 12 to 18 months? Sure, that's possible. But it's a very small percentage, very low likelihood that happens. The more probable scenario is that people do recognize the stuff that's been going on in the greater bull market in the next 12 to 18 months, and then it just blows up. But again, that's just my opinion. Again, nothing really worries me at this point, just because I've been here before. Not with Omi, but just years ago in the pandemic. What happened? Everything crashed like 80% in the stock market. Everything crashed an insane amount. And then what happened? When people realized the world's not going to end, and you had a 99.99% chance of surviving the Rona, boom, K-shaped recovery. What happens when the crypto community discovers that the world hadn't ended and that people are making hundreds of billions of dollars with crypto and things related to crypto, such as not just NFTs, but high-end premium digital collectibles? They're going to be pretty taken with what VeVe has done. So I don't worry about anything. I told you, my objective answer to it. You can take that at face value. You can take it with a grain of salt. Take it for what you will. Now, that being said, Wes had asked me the other day, "Hey, Randy, I haven't seen you stack much more Omi in a while. Why is that?" And I said, well, a lot of new money that had come in the past couple months had gone to Definity, it had gone to Flow, it had gone to a couple of other things, and I just didn't buy because I was busy stacking other things. But in the next couple months, I'll likely get a blow past 200 million, maybe even past 220 million, depending on what happens. Keep you posted. Mogar says Pluto is number 9. Forever and ever, let's make this last forever. Pluto's a planet. Preach. Pluto is a planet, I believe. Yeah, Pluto is a planet. Mogar says David is overdue to come on the podcast. Maybe over the next couple months he can, if he's not busy. Zombie says, I agree. Maybe he meant live activity. That might be it might be possible as well. Love Super Wendy. We all miss Wendy. We all love her. I'll send her a message. I'll give her a picture of that. Oh, hello. Give me 1 second here. Woo. Okay. Let me message the Wendy. Oh shoot. I did not mean to do that. I accidentally liked something I shouldn't. That is my B. That is my B. We need you back. Yeah. So I got on Trump Jr. Telegram for updates with the crypto. Same. Shout out to the 200 people that are here. Alex G, I have no idea what he's doing. I have no idea what happened to him. I have no idea where he is, what he's working on, if he's working. You got to go ask him. I've never really had contact with him. You know, maybe Thomas says, "Hey Randy, did you see that Earth 2 started staking?" Yes, I did. He says it's pretty easy, and the maximum days you could stake is 90, so it's not too bad. Agreed. My friend Jones had staked a bit. He's getting a decent amount. I'm just not going to bother right now. Maybe I'll stake at another point. I'll keep you guys posted. Yes, Pluto is 100% fine. Thank you, Omar. I'll go over a little bit more of the news before I get out of here. And if I make it through. So there was a 1928 letter from Einstein to a collaborator on his work in unified field theory, which he writes he's been calculating very busily, and it sold for $23,157.50. Shout out to him for that. Moving on. Ooh, wow. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty. Yes. Marvel Entertainment said we walked the floor at Disney, hashtag D23, and found all things Marvel. And VeVe Digital Collectibles had posted heart, heart, heart. Obviously, I think that the relationship between VeVe and Marvel and Disney could not get any closer. But every now and then they go and surprise me. So, yeah, yeah, Earth 2 is one of my things that I think could also go 1,000x. Now, obviously, that is something that is just my opinion. Friend Lou says the one show I couldn't make. We missed you. My friend Lou was supposed to perform tonight with the Warped Tour tribute band, but he did not. He could not make it. He was at a concert. So I will see him in a couple months. I am obviously going to, miss the Dashie will come with me. I had to buy Dashie a freaking plane ticket. That was heckin' wild. I want to go on and talk about a couple of other things that I missed. Who is this? Beck? Nope. Definity, other stuff. Okay, so recently we had a Pokemon 2000 World Championship trophy memorabilia sell for $40,000. And there's another trophy that has just been another Pokemon trophy from the 2002. Yeah, the 2002 champion got an offer of like $30,000. People go pretty hard for certain things. Sven Donjin says that there seems to be a recurring theme in Fortnite where they have hearts over there, speculating about a potential partnership with VeVe Digital Collectibles. I asked him for other evidence. I don't think he said there was some. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, so if you think 1,000x if you think Essence can 1,000x, why haven't you made your six-figure purchase that you would make 4 different times? I haven't had the money come in. It will come in at some point, and I will do it. But if I don't have the capital to do it, I can't. But and also just because something can 1,000x doesn't mean that it will, and it doesn't mean that the likelihood of that is very likely. I think most likely you'll see a 1 to 300x. It's just that it could do 1,000x. But the likelihood I think is fairly low. I think the likelihood of that is maybe like less than 10%. The likelihood of like a 1 to 300x is obviously probably going to be a higher likelihood than the 1,000x. But again, I just have to wait for money to come in. I can't buy it if I don't have it, and I'm not going to trade on leverage. I'm not going to do that. Never enough. I want to. Nope. Oh, Fanny. Fanny says hi, everybody. Fanny Carbonell. She'll be on the podcast again at some point as well. Shout out to Kirby1988 for getting a rank number 23 Blue Aru. And that's going to be it for me today. I've been going at it for about an hour. Everybody, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Crash, dish, smish. Bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Never mind, I'll find